Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today, in the series of History of English Literature, I would like to discuss classicism. Before moving forward to my lecture, I would like to say a few words from here. The way I've started these classes, the only motto of the classes is to provide information to the aspirants, those who are preparing for competitive examination. It's an initiative taken for all the students, those who have limited access to materials. Although I cannot say this that nowadays there is limited access. There are bombardment of facts, bombardment of different YouTube channels, bombardment of coaching classes. But in the meantime, by providing video lectures, I would like to start an initiative of positive thinking. I would like to bring the individual, those who will listen my video, those who will watch my video. I would like to bring all of them to the positive intent. The way the people will proceed further in the video, definitely they will gain knowledge pertaining to current affairs, general knowledge, English literature. But at the meantime, I also want to take them deep to their personal life, that the way we people are progressing, different types of difficulties, different types of circumstances comes in front. But how we people think at that time, how we deal with all the difficulties, and what should be our perspective towards life. I would like to provide all those also by my lecture. The first of the series again is positive intent. I would like to cite the example. Those aspirants, those who will come to watch the video, definitely they will find different mistakes, different types of shortcomings in video, like voice problem, content, so many and so forth. But one individual will learn only, and he will see the positive side of the lecture. At the meantime, if he feel that information provided in the lecture is very good, keeping away the mistakes of an individual, and he will gain a lot. Some sort of time, it's my opinion that we find the crux of any discussion at the end of the video. Nowadays, we people are familiar with the reels, etc. So the meantime, it's bit difficult to maintain that particular momentum of 1 hour and more than 1 hour. But by means of my video lecture, I would like only to suggest that please go through the video lecture and then realize and analyze. Only bring positive intent in your life, in your mind, and think positively, either listening my video or watching my videos, or watching any videos in the YouTube or any means of communication. So today I am moving forward with classicism. Classicism in simple means a condition of an extreme level, means to say that when any individual working in any individual field has done something strange, something that is in extreme level, that is classicism. I will discuss it during my video lecture, and also I try my level best to discuss maximum in the bilingual. Why? Because bilingual method would be a bit easy to understand properly. Only those who have northeastern belt. I would not like to say that those who are in the north or northeastern belt, as far as they have less knowledge. Nowadays, every individual is so intelligent. Those who are procuring education either from the grassroots level of first to English has been started from very first class. But at the meantime, to give the essence, the understanding by means of Hindi and English bilingual become bit easy to us. So definitely please enjoy the lecture. Classicism in simple refers to a literary movement. जब हम लिटरेचर में क्लासिसिज्म की बात करेंगे, ये एक लिटरेरी मूवमेंट था इंस्पायर्ड बाय द आइडियल्स ऑफ एंशियंट ग्रीक एंड रोमन लिटरेचर। जो प्राचीन हमारा ग्रीक और रोमन का लिटरेचर था, इनसे इंस्पायर हुई थी। इट एम्फेसाइजेस order, harmony, balance, logic, and decorum. In contrast to the emotional and imaginative style of the Renaissance and later Romanticism, Classicism focused on reason, clarity, and universal truth. तो जब हम बात करेंगे क्लासिसिज्म की, क्लासिसिज्म में हमने क्या किया कि जो रिनेसां का और रोमांटिसिज्म का जो काल था, इनके जो नॉर्म्स थे, इन्होंने जिस दिन पर फोकस किया था लाइक इमोशंस और इमेजिनेशन पर, इसके अलावा जो हमारा क्लासिसिज्म है वो थोड़ा सा टिल्टेड है रीज़न, तार्किक, क्लैरिटी और यूनिवर्सल ट्रुथ पर कि वास्तविकता क्या है, वास्तविक सच्चाई क्या है। इफ़ यू विल टॉक अबाउट द हिस्टोरिकल बैकग्राउंड, classicism developed in England as a part of a broader European intellect movement. Key influences were that of ancient Greek and Roman literature, Homer, Sophocles, Virgil, Horace, and Aristotle. The Renaissance started in 14th century to 17th century. A revival of classical knowledge paves the way for classical ideals. Scientific revolution also, like those of Newton, emphasized reason and order. Political stability, again important point. After the chaos of English Civil War and Puritan rule, the Restoration Monarchy 1660, very important. We have already discussed it in the Restoration when I discussed chronology of English literature. Restoration was start with the Restoration of Charles II, 1660, encourages a return to order and refinement. Then we have French neoclassicism. French writers like Cornell, Racine, and Molière, they were deeply influenced English writers. Meaning of classicism. The term comes from Latin word classicus, that meaning of the highest class or first rank. Means to say that I was saying that when in literature something has been written at least in the first rank and at least the highest class, that is known as classicism. Classicism promotes reason over emotion. I have already discussed. From फॉर्म ओवर पर्सनल एक्सप्रेशन, मीन्स टू से दैट इसमें व्यक्तिगत एक्सप्रेशन मायने नहीं रखती, इवन इसमें जो हमारी फॉर्म है वो मायने रखती है। देन यूनिवर्सैलिटी ओवर इंडिविजुअलिज्म, एक अपने व्यक्तिवाद की अपेक्षा जो है यूनिवर्सलिटी पर फोकस है। क्लैरिटी ओवर कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी, कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी नहीं चाहिए, कठिनाई चाहिए, क्लैरिटी चाहिए। एंड समटाइम्स इट ऑल्सो रेफर्स टू एज न्यू क्लासिज्म। The characteristics of classicism is emphasis on reasons, It also paved the way for rational thinking and logic and take procedure over emotion. Alexander Pope's essay on man is the better example of classicism also. Example of metaphysical conceits. Again, I would like to move forward to the metaphysical poetry. Oh, just wait. Sorry for saying. Sorry, I had metaphysical here. The next point was clarity and simplicity. The clear, precise language, Dryden prose and poetry is the better example for this. Balance and harmony, we watch it in Pope's heroic couplet, and didactic purpose, it should teach moral and social values. Imitation of classical writers, very very important. They follow rules of Aristotle and Horace, Dryden's tragedy. Universality, mm, classicism focuses on universal human nature, not individual experience, like Swift's Gulliver Travel is the example. Decorum and propriety, it was also the major point of restoration period. Formal structure, it strict on poetic forms like heroic couplet and the Pope. Satirical poetry is the better example. If we will talk about the types of classicism in English literature, we find here the form in form of drama. Focus area was unity of time, place and action. Very very important point. ये जो यूनिटी ऑफ टाइम प्लेस और एक्शन, ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है. जब हमने शेक्सपियरियन नॉवेल्स, सॉरी, शेक्सपियरियंस ड्रामा में जो पढ़ा था, इसका बहुत ही एक मेजर रोल है. एग्जाम्पल है इसका ड्राइडन ऑल फॉर लव. देन वी सी इन पोइट्री heroic couplets, satire, and moral teaching. Pope's The Rape of the Lock is the best example. Prose essay, we have clarity and irrational arguments. Addition, Steele, they write on the spectator. And then we have satire, the satire correcting social evil through humor. Swift's modest proposal. Major period of English classicism were Restoration 1660 to 1700. Johann Dryden and William Congreve were the prominent figure. Restoration drama, heroic couplet, comedy of manners also become the part of this. Augustine age 1700 to 1745. Alexander Pope, Jonathan Swift, Addison and Steele were the prominent figures. Their satires, essay, heroic couplet and moral writings were the example. Age of Johnson, and it is also called the Age of Sensibility, from 1745 to 1785. Samuel Johnson, Oliver Goldsmith. It was the time of transition from classicism to romanticism. Again important, क्योंकि 1798 से फिर हमारा रोमांटिसिज्म शुरू हो गया था. इफ़ यू विल टॉक अबाउट की राइटर्स एंड वर्क्स ऑफ क्लासिकल पीरियड, जॉन ड्राइडन 1631 to 1700, known as the father of English classicism. He was also the master of restoration drama and heroic couplet. Absalom and Achitophel. It's the political satire written by John Dryden. Mac Flecknoe. It's the mock heroic satire. All for Love. It's the tragedy following classical unities. Then we have Alexander Pope 1688 1744. He was the master of satire and he also perfected the heroic couplet form. Rape of the Lock, very very important. It was a mock epic satire on aristocratic life. An essay on criticism, it's a literary rules and principles. It discusses literary rules and principles. Essay on man is the philosophical poem on human nature. Then we have Jonathan Swift, again very very important, 1667 to 1745, known for biting satire, exposing corruption and hypocrisy. Gulliver's Travel, satirical novel. A Modest Proposal, also satirical essay on poetry and politics. Then we have Johann Joseph Addison and Richard Steele, founders of periodical essay. Again, it was the important part of classical era. Periodical essay aimed at social reforms. The important one, The Spectator and The Thatcher. Samuel Johnson, very important, 1709 to 1784. He also read on in 1775 a dictionary of English language. He bridged the gap between classicism and romanticism. His dictionary of English language is very very important. Lives of English poet, again important, where he discuss about the metaphysical poets. And we have also critical essays and moral writing. If we will compare between classicism versus romanticism, there were slight differences in classicism and romanticism. Classicism emphasizes reasons, but romanticism emphasizes emotion and imagination. Classicism has universality of human nature, but romanticism focus on the individualism and personal experience. Classicism focus formal structure and rules, but romanticism focus on the freedom and creativity in form. And classicism also has clarity and balance, but romanticism has passion, mystery, and spontaneity. If we will talk about the contribution of classicism to English literature, so we have number one, standardization of English language, developed clarity and precision in English writing. Also established literary criticism. Pope and Johnson lay down rules for evaluating literature. Rise of satire and social reform. Writers like Swift and Pope criticized social evils. And foundation for modern prose. Addison and Steele essay influenced journalism and modern essay writing. And also there was balanced artistic ideals. It also encouraged harmony and decorum in literature. So I would like to give last, that is timelines of English classicism. 1660, it was restoration of monarchy and theatre were also reopened. 1668, Dryden's essay of dramatic poesy published. 1700, death of Dryden, and it was the transition to Augustan age. 1711-14, The Spectators essay by Addison and Steele. It was periodicals. 1712, Pope essay on criticism. 1726, Swift's Gulliver Travel. 1744, death of Pope and decline of Augustan age. And 1785, age of Johnson's end, and it was also the time of beginning of romanticism. So it was all from my side pertaining to classicism, and it was specially mentioned in the syllabus. So it's all from my side for today. Thank you. Thanks for listening carefully.